As an entrepreneur, would you like to be able to take advantage of opportunities when they present themselves? Well, that's what I'm going to teach you guys over the next few minutes here. Now, I'm not Elon Musk, I'm not the richest man in the world, but I have a modicum of success in my life, multi-million dollar businesses, and I understand what opportunities look like. And I've learned about opportunities by missing plenty of them. Okay. Now, as an entrepreneur, we have a tendency to constantly be working on ourselves so we can get better at what we do. And that's a great thing, right? Because we have to get better at our output and become a better version of ourselves, a better entrepreneur, because we can't control outcomes. We can only control output. So the better our output and the better of an entrepreneur that we become increases the chances of success on the outcome portion, which is what we're looking for. See, most entrepreneurs are focused on the do have part and not the be part. They focus on doing better. How can we continue to do better so we can have better? But you really have to be better so you can do better. The have portion is a byproduct of your ability to do. It's a byproduct of your ability to spot opportunities and take advantage of opportunities when they present themselves. However, if you don't know what an opportunity looks like, then how would you know or spot or identify an opportunity when it comes across your desk or comes into your life if you don't know what opportunities look like? And that's the big takeaway here. Understanding what opportunities look like so you could take advantage of them. Now, opportunities come in all shapes and sizes. They come in all different formats. And most of the time, opportunities come to you through an avenue that's least expected. See, as an entrepreneur, we have plans. And we have plans that we're going to do things a certain way. And we expect the opportunities or the rewards to come back to us in the manner that we're planning. How many times have you guys experienced something in your life and it came to you from a totally different angle than what you were expecting? It happens all the time. And that's because you can't control a market. A market with 8 billion people playing in it at any given time, with an unlimited amount of inputs and outputs that are occurring, creating all sorts of opportunities. It's a cycle of randomness in many occasions. What are the odds that the opportunity or the rewards are going to come directly through the means that you predicted or that you were expecting? And sometimes as an entrepreneur, we're too rigid and we miss opportunities because we're expecting them to come through a door that they don't come through. See, entrepreneurialism is an art, even though we try to break it down with our logical mind into a science. Because when we break things down scientifically, we can make them duplicatable. But it's really more of an art than it is a science. It's about being open-minded and being positive and keeping your eyes open for opportunities and looking at other doors rather than the one that you're expecting that return to come through. And this happens to entrepreneurs all over the world. You believe that A plus B equals C, and you might be right logically, but sometimes C is going to come behind you, and it's going to come to you through a door on the right or the left. It's very important to understand that opportunities present themselves wherever they present themselves. They're not going to wait for the perfect time for you. They're not going to wait for them. They're not going to present themselves to the door that you're expecting. They're going to present themselves in the manner that they present themselves because the market is never wrong. So in order to identify opportunities as an entrepreneur, we've got to be positive, expecting positive results and positive outcomes. We've got to keep our mind open. See, a closed mind and a negative person is not going to make a great entrepreneur. It might make a really good lawyer or maybe a really good accountant or some very specific role player. But as an entrepreneur, we've got to keep our eyes and our hearts and our ears open. And we've got to look with clarity. We need clearness so we can identify opportunities when they present themselves. See, in my opinion and in my experience in life and in business, opportunities present themselves as number one, effort, and number two, a little bit of pain. Nothing just falls on your lap. Well, here's a briefcase full of $100 bills. Well, here's a sack of gold. It doesn't work that way. I come from the contracting background. And if we're going to grow our company to $200 million in revenue, well, what does that look like? How many opportunities have to present themselves to us over a period of year to top line 200 million rev? Well, what does that look like? If the average project is 4 or 5 million, well, how many of those projects do we have to do in a year? If you're a smaller business and you want to do 20 million and your average project's $1 million, well, you're going to have to do 20 projects that year. And by the way, you're going to have to book that work in order to count it as top line rev, as work that's been booked. Well, you need 20 different opportunities. In what manner do those opportunities present themselves? Because as entrepreneurs, we're focused on creating opportunities. We have marketing efforts. We're on social media. We're trying to get publicity. We have advertising campaigns. We have a sales team. We're going on sales calls. We're trying to create opportunities vis-a-vis our effort, which is very crucial. It's something that has to be done. But what about other opportunities that are out there that aren't necessarily coming from our direct creation, that might present themselves in our life? Well, if we're so focused and solely focused on creating opportunities through our effort, we're going to miss, and many times, the greater opportunities that end up presenting themselves, the greater opportunities that present themselves as effort, maybe a little bit of risk, maybe a little bit of ego pain that might benefit us long term. Those are the opportunities that I'm talking about today that you need to identify to stem the tide. Because not all of your goals can be met vis-a-vis you creating opportunities. There are other opportunities that present themselves that require you to be the ignition, to be the fuel source, to then manifest them or make them mature into opportunities that are going to pay us dividends over a period of time. So opportunities, in my opinion, come to us draped in effort and pain. And when I say pain, I mean pain in the fact that sometimes you got to kill your ego. You're going to have to go and talk to somebody you don't want to. You're going to have to go and be nice to somebody that you might think that you're greater than because you got a big ego. You're not a humble person. Or you might have to spend a little money, which is the most pain for people. You got to spend a little money. I'm going to have an anxiety attack because you don't understand that money is to be used as a tool. Opportunities present themselves to you every single day. Think about all the opportunities that you've missed. And if you missed opportunities, that's okay. It's kind of an admission that you weren't the person then to take advantage of those opportunities. But the purpose of this video is to make you the person that can take advantage of opportunities that present themselves to you by first identifying them and understand what opportunities look like. And keeping your head on a swivel, so to speak, to look for opportunities that present themselves to you, not through the door that you're expecting, not through the door of opportunities that you're creating, but opportunities that enter your life based on you being in the business long enough, you showing up every day, you creating a name for yourself, and just being in motion and in the game of 8 billion people and an unlimited amount of inputs and outputs that are taking place every day in a marketplace. Now, like I said, you can't take advantage of these opportunities if you're not a positive person. Because if you're a negative person, you're not going to see them. If you're not a positive person, you're not going to see the positive potentiality of the opportunity. You're going to see the negative. Now, that doesn't mean that you're not a risk manager, that you're not a steward of risk. Doesn't mean that you're taking calculated risk. It means that you have a positive output, that you're living in the future, and you have a vision of growth that isn't so rigid. And one of the best ways to be able to do that, in my opinion, is understanding our limitations as a person. We're all just people. We're going to make mistakes. We're going to drop opportunities. We're not going to say the right thing at the right time. We're going to mess things up. You have to have some sort of understanding of something that's greater than you, that opportunities present themselves. Okay? I believe in God. So I believe that if I continue to be better and I continue to perfect my output the best that I possibly can, I believe in the marketplace and in the incomprehensible of all the many inputs and outputs that are taking place every day that are unlimited, that can't be numerated, that things will come my way, positive expectations of opportunities. And so I can live in the now and in the future in a positive manner, not beating myself up too much, keeping myself positive and energetic to get better at what I'm doing. So when the opportunities do present themselves, I can take advantage of them. There is a scripture. It's Isaiah 55, 8 and 9. And I keep this in mind. And I'm not trying to make this a religious video, but it's something that I believe. And Isaiah 55, 8 and 9, it says, "For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith the Lord. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than yours, and my thoughts than your thoughts." And that is a great way to look at business and in the marketplace. No man is an island. No person could do it alone. And there are opportunities that will present themselves to you through manners that you're not expecting, that you couldn't even comprehend or even think would come across your desk or in your life. And that there's a greater force out there, whether you want to believe that it's God or the market itself, if you want to tickle your logical mind, that opportunities are going to present themselves, that there are things out there that are higher than us, that the marketplace moves in a manner that you can't comprehend, control, or understand, and that the market is never wrong. Scriptures like that keep me positive to become a better entrepreneur, to have greater output, take advantage of opportunities so I can increase the chances of success on my end. Okay, I hope this lesson made sense to you. I hope you take this with you. Take advantage of opportunities when they come into your life. They look like hard work and effort. They look like they're going to need and require a little bit of pain. Those are opportunities. You make your decision if the juice is worth the squeeze. Take advantage of them, because they may just be the opportunities that change your life forever. Okay, until then, see you guys on the next one.